Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. Criminal Justice Act 1988. The Criminal Justice Act 1988, Section 33, is an act of the Parliament of the United Kingdom. Title: The title of this act is an act to make fresh provision for extradition, to amend the rules of evidence in criminal proceedings, to provide for the reference by the Attorney General of certain questions relating to sentencing to the Court of Appeal, to amend the law with regard to the jurisdiction and powers of criminal courts, the collection, enforcement, and remission of fines imposed by coroners, juries, supervision orders, the detention of children and young persons, probation and the probation service, criminal appeals, anonymity in cases of rape and similar cases, orders under sections 4 and 11 of the Contempt of Court Act 1981 relating to trials on indictment, orders restricting the access of the public to the whole or any part of a trial on indictment or to any proceedings ancillary to such a trial, and orders restricting the publication of any report of the whole or any part of a trial on indictment or any such ancillary proceedings, the alteration of names of petty sessions areas, officers of Inner London magistrates' courts, in the costs and expenses of prosecution, witnesses, and certain other persons, to make fresh provision for the payment of compensation by the Criminal Injuries Compensation Board, to make provision for the payment of compensation for a miscarriage of justice which has resulted in a wrongful conviction, to create an offense of torture and an offense of having an article with a blade or point in a public place, to create further offenses relating to weapons, to create a summary offense of possession of an indecent photograph of a child, to amend the Police and Criminal Evidence Act 1984 in relation to searches, computer data about fingerprints, and bail for persons in customs detention, to make provision in relation to the taking of body samples by the police in Northern Ireland, to amend the Bail Act 1976, to give a justice of the peace power to authorize entry and search of premises for offensive weapons, to provide for the enforcement of the Video Recordings Act 1984 by officers of a Weights and Measures Authority, and in Northern Ireland by officers of the Department of Economic Development, to extend to the purchase of easements and other rights over land the power to purchase land conferred on the Secretary of State by Section 36 of the Prison Act 1952 and for connected purposes. Sections 141 prohibition of offensive weapons. This section creates an offense of manufacturing, selling, lending, giving, importing, hiring, or exposing for hire offensive weapons, but does not itself define which weapons it applies to. Section 142(2) allows a statutory instrument to define them. The only order currently in the Schedule 1 of the Criminal Justice Act 1998, Offensive Weapons Order 1988. Specifically exempted from this section are crossbows and items subject to the Firearm Act 1968. Various amendments have been made to the schedule to add new weapons. Most recently, August 2016, an amendment to this order came into force to include zombie knives in the list of prohibited weapons. Section 171, Commencement. The power conferred by Section 171(1) has been exercised by the following orders: the Criminal Justice Act 1988, Commencement Number 1, Order 1988, SI 1988 slash 1408 C53, the Criminal Justice Act 1988, Commencement Number 2, Order 1988, SI 1988 slash 1676 C60, the Criminal Justice Act 1988, Commencement Number 3, Order 1988, SI 1988 slash 1817 C65, the Criminal Justice Act 1988, Commencement Number 4, Order 1988, SI 1988 slash 2073, Section or C78, the Criminal Justice Act 1988, Commencement Number 5, Order 1989, SI 1989 slash 1 C1, the Criminal Justice Act 1988, Commencement Number 6, Order 1989, SI 1989 slash 50 C2, the Criminal Justice Act 1988, Commencement Number 7, Order 1989, SI 1989 slash 264 C8, Criminal Justice Act 1988, Commencement Number 8, Order 1989, SI 1989 / 1085 C29, Criminal Justice Act 1988, Commencement Number 9, Order 1989, SI 1989 / 1595 C55, Criminal Justice Act 1988, Commencement Number 10, Order 1990, SI 1990 / 220 C10, Criminal Justice Act 1988, Commencement Number 11, Order 1990, SI 1990 / 1145 C32, Criminal Justice Act 1988, Commencement Number 12, Order 1990, SI 1990 / 2084 C51, Criminal Justice Act 1988, Commencement Number 13, Order 1999, SI 1999 / 3425 C93, Criminal Justice Act 1988, Commencement Number 14, Order 2004, SI 2004 / 2167 C90. And this is Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia for the word or description Criminal Justice Act 1988.